Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 28th of August, 2022. Today's video is a little bit strange. Strange name, but please bear with me. Uh, Probably many of you, those who follow the English channel, will be surprised about this. The Collapse, the name of the video, the title, The Collapse of the West and the Final Invasion. And when I say the final invasion, you know who is the invader? The Muslim Brotherhood, or I don't want to say who exactly because I don't want the video to be removed, but you get the point. Okay, something happened that it actually agitated all Muslim and Islamic countries all over the world. And that was the head of Al-Azhar University. And for those of you who don't know this, Al-Azhar University, it is actually an institute. Yes, it's a university, but also like the head of that institute, he is as influential, if not more, as the Pope on the Catholic people, the Catholic faith. So a Sheikh, this is his title, Ahmad al-Tayyib, he is the head of Al-Azhar Institute. And this man, he went to Germany to receive medical attention. We hope and wish and we really hope the best for him, and we hope that he is fine and heal and he will be healthy and very good in good health. Okay. The problem is not going to Germany to receive medical attention. Many people do that and they go to a different country for medical attention. The question, on his way back, somebody took a photograph of him reading a book. That book was the problem. The book was written by a writer and a thinker from Morocco. The name of this writer, his name is Hassan Awreed. I didn't read the book, but knowing the age of this writer, listening to his title, I'm going to check how to get this book. But I can tell you what is in the head, some of the things that it goes in the head of this writer. His book, the translation of the title of his book is like The Collapse of the West. When you hear that, it depends what culture you're coming from. Different things will come to different people in their heads. So for me here, living in America for a long time, hearing that and knowing the background of this writer, he's from Morocco, he's about 60 years old, and therefore he is well educated, and he's fluent in French. Most of people in Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, these three North African countries, those who are in their 60s and 70s, many of them don't even know how to speak Arabic. They learn in French schools. So in a way, they were more fortunate to receive better education. Later on, they emphasized learning Arabic. So the man, he speaks both Arabic and French, if not also English. Um, and to write a book like that, I I doubt very, very, very much that he meant or hoping for the West to collapse. No, but he is rather trying to warn the Muslim and the Arabic speaking countries that if the West collapse, you will go to the Stone Age because you don't produce anything. You are so totally dependent on the West that if the West collapse, yes, uh, I live in the United States, and I tell you, the situation is not that I'm wishing it on America or in any other country, but the situation in America, in the United States of America, is really dire. And I tell you, it could end up in a civil war and will be neighbor against neighbor, brother against brother, and it will be a lot of bloodshed because of the division that it is happening. And I'm not going to blame one side or the other. There is division. Everyone knows that. And this division could end up with a civil war. And that, if America goes into a civil war, that will spread to Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and to Europe and all over the world. Now, if this really happened, let's say a week from now, the thinker in America, in Canada, in Mexico, the scientist, and so on and so forth, do you think these people are going to say, oh, it's not safe here, let me go to migrate to Libya or Syria or Algeria or Egypt so I can work freely there? Do you think that? I don't think so. I mean, if this happened and really the thinker and the people who want to continue working and helping humanity, what's wrong with Japan, South Korea, China even? It's not that I agree with the Chinese way of life and dictatorship, but it is actually a better situation than going to any of the Islamic countries. And the Muslim countries by themselves, they are not going to be suddenly scholars and professors. I know in the past they say, oh, the Arab civilization and the Arab science and all that was nonsense. All that was stolen from other civilization and just translated to Arabic. That's all. Okay, so let's be realistic. If that just anyway. So my concern here to Al-Azhar University scholar Sheikh Ahmad Taib, what I can tell you what goes in his mind. Because that's based on the teaching, he wants the West to collapse. He wants the East to collapse. He wants his way of life and whatever faith he practiced to take over. Okay? But the contradiction you see here, and actually that's why the Twitter and the internet is really agitated by that. Some people say, oh, he's reading, he's getting knowledge and stuff like that. But some people, like for example, there is a doctor, but he's also a journalist from Egypt. He tweeted and he told him, but by the way, his name is Khalid Muntasir, this doctor and journalist. He told him, if the West collapse, you are riding in an American airplane going to Germany to receive some medical attention, probably using French medicine, And all that, if this collapse, what are you going to do? By the way, the institute, Al-Azhar Institute, whom this man is Sheikh Ahmad Taib, its head, he's the head of this institute. It has a college, it teaches medicine. And for many years, doctors have graduated from this university. They have professors teaching medicine in this university, in this college. However, you put your life in the hand of a German doctor who is infidel. Why you didn't believe in your professors to help you to heal? Why? This is a contradiction. And many people are asking, okay, let's say the West really collapse, and then are you going to follow the Islamic healing method, which is you use the camel urine, the camel milk, the black seed? For those who don't know the black seed, you can Google it. It's a seed. Well, they extract oil from it. It's actually, yeah. Well, I can say it's harmful. Yeah, it's helpful if you catch cold or something. You take a teaspoon of this oil, it helps. Yes, I agree. But you're going for something in your spinal cord, and I hope it's not serious. Okay? If the camel urine and milk, the camel milk, and the black seed help, why didn't you use them? I mean, isn't that part of your faith? It is. And that's why a doctor like Dr. Khalid Montasser is asking the question. You are actually contradicting yourself. You are using the West and the advancement that it is in the West, and the modern medicine that it came from the West, and the vaccine that came from the West, and all that to help to keep you alive, and yet you're hoping that the West will collapse. And then, so it's a legitimate concern. And let's say, because I mentioned that true, America is split, and Europe too, okay, and that could end up in civil war. And let's say this will happen. Would that mean the Islamic civilization will jump up and lead the world to a better situation? When the Islamic civilization, if there was a civilization, when that civilization existed, read history. What did it take the world to other than the Dark Ages? Everything. When Spain, or when there was an Islamic civilization and the Muslim flourish, it was not because of Islam. It was actually, if you read history, it was because they stayed away from Islam. They pushed Islam aside. Okay? This when scientists and philosophers and thinkers started to produce. But look at Islamic countries that they are actually applying Islam, and see how far they have gone. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sudan, Libya, Syria, and the list goes on. So we hope that the West can continue to lead us to a better life, and I hope that this idea that let's get the West down so that we can do the final invasion and we can lead the world to the kingdom of God on earth, or the kingdom of Allah on earth, or the Utopia world, or whatever you want to call it, where you can have many women and blah blah blah. That is hell. We thank you. We hope to hear from you.